What if I told you that the most painful part of awakening isn't the visions, the solitude, or even losing your old life? It's the ego death nobody warns you about. The kind that doesn't come with fireworks or peace, but with silence, confusion, and grief. Let's talk about the ego death they don't put in the books. When people talk about ego death, they usually describe a blissful experience, a feeling of oneness with everything, of shedding the false self and embracing divine truth. It's painted as a moment of surrender, of breakthrough, of light. But that's only one side of the story. What they don't tell you is that sometimes ego death feels like being ripped apart, like your soul is being evicted from the identity it built over decades. The goals, the opinions, the relationships, they all start to fall away, and it doesn't always feel good. You mourn a version of yourself you didn't realize you were attached to. You begin to feel like a ghost in your own life. The things you used to chase suddenly seem pointless. The people you used to laugh with now feel like strangers. And the silence? It's loud. This is the ego death nobody prepares you for. The one that leaves you staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m., wondering, who am I, if I'm not that version of me anymore? You're not depressed, you're not broken, you're dissolving. And in the middle of that process, everything hurts. Then comes the void, where nothing feels real and nothing feels stable. You might think you made a mistake. You might want to go back to being numb, to pretending, to the mask you used to wear, but you can't. Because something deep inside knows this is necessary. You're not dying. You're shedding, and even though it feels like you're falling apart, you're actually falling into truth. Spiritual rebirth isn't glamorous. It's not all crystals and mantras and glowing auras. Sometimes it's crying on the floor. Sometimes it's losing friends. Sometimes it's rebuilding your reality from ashes. But when the dust settles, you start to feel something real. Not the ego's high, but the soul's calm. Not validation, but clarity. You realize you don't need to be somebody anymore. You just need to be. So if you're going through the ego death nobody warns you about, breathe. You're not lost. You're being rewritten by the truth. And when you rise again, you'll understand why the soul chose this path. Not to destroy you, but to free you.